Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of CarX Drift Racing 2 with Broghammer Auto House. Today's episode is all focused on the Hummel, which is the Porsche 911 on the screen now. This car just got released in the most recent update, and then they also allowed it to be kind of purchased through their events that they ran over the last weekend, which was Mother's Day weekend. So if you didn't get it during that event, unfortunately, it may be a while before you're going to be able to get it again. I've had a lot of people ask about these event type cars, and they only do events for them like maybe once a month, if even. And if you miss out on it, you're going to end up having to search around for it. But I want to give you guys a review on this. It's the first, not the first, but the first rear, actually, it is the first rear engine vehicle in the game. They do have the Audi R8 as well, but that's actually technically a mid-engine. And I wanted to see how well the rear engine would drift. You wouldn't think, as far as real life goes, a rear engine drift car is not the best. This thing does have some sweet styling. I wish I had unlocked the RWB kit shown here, but it was unlockable in the events. Maybe I didn't get far enough in the event to unlock that part yet, but I at least was able to get the spoiler and stuff. So I thought it looked pretty nice the way I had it set up for now. The best I can really do with what I've got. And we'll see what we think. So I have this thing upgraded to Pro Drift 3. We have it custom. It's under Brogue Auto House on the tuning deal. I also noticed that for the engine swaps, they show the engine swapping into the front. And I'm really curious to know if we engine swap these things, if it's going to change the whole characteristic of the car, or if they're just going to make it act like a rear engine car, even though the new engine swap will be in the front. So we're going to run through the tuning here. Now this is available as well on the tuning kind of section page. You can search for Brogue Auto House and you'll be able to find the tune there. But if you don't want to purchase the tune, you can use my tune settings here by just pausing and writing down your tunes, and then go ahead and jump over to your own game, copy the tune in. I don't know if you guys prefer this way or not, but I liked this from the get-go because when you buy the tunes from the tune store, they can be very expensive. They can cost a lot of gold. They can cost a lot of cash. And I just wish it was not quite as expensive to try other people's tunes and do all this stuff. You can see I have the engine totally maxed out. The transmission I have put at, I believe it's a 0.66 differential locking coefficient with a 422 overall gear ratio. But I did have to make some major adjustments. Even with that overall gear ratio, fourth gear came standard at a 1.0, and you can see I changed it up to a 1.12. Being that third gear is a 150 almost, you don't want to jump right down to a 1.0 because there's such a big gap there. So I went to the 1.12, and then I changed fifth gear up to a 0.95. I think it was at like a 0.85 to begin with. So now that we've shown you all the tuning stuff, I didn't really adjust any of the axis widths or the mass or anything. Everything was pretty well set up. It has good fitment. It looks nice. And I kind of went for a little Brian Scotto-esque RWB style with the white with the red wheels and red seats. I did want to show you guys, this thing is so fast off the line. The Corvette's normally one of my fastest cars, and I could not keep up with it on sport tires. And the Porsche has sport tires, and now this is me drag racing it with semi-slicks on the Corvette, which is probably my fastest car setup. And the Porsche was the same speed, so this will be very interesting going into the top 32 battles with a Porsche, because you're going to be able to drag race off the line so fast. I haven't even tried semi-slicks on this car yet, but if you put them on there, I bet this thing could run away from almost any other car in the game unless they have just a super gripped up setup. So I thought that was really interesting. I think it has something to do with the rear engine and how that kind of sits in the back over the rear wheels, puts a lot of weight back there. You can tell in the characteristic of the drifting as well, because it tends to push the front end a bit more, and I know that I probably need to adjust my tuning even more, so I wouldn't say this is the final form tune for this car, but I wanted to get some information out on it since it was just released, and this is the best tune I've come up with it so far. Like I said, I will be adjusting this and trying to perfect the tune on the car, but this should be a good starting platform for you guys. If you do enjoy the tuning aspect, you can start with my tune, maybe adjust it from there, see what works better for you. I may need to go to a slightly smaller tire in the rear in order to get the right drift out of this that I am hoping for. It's one of the first cars I've had where when you send it deep into a corner and you really mash the throttle to try to pull yourself out, it actually pulls itself out of the corner. Like right here, I flick it in, hit the throttle hard, and normally that would kind of send me off the back of the track a little bit, but it actually helps pull this car forward. And again, I think that's one of those aspects of the rear engine platform being quite a bit different for drifting, that when you hit that throttle, that rear is squatting and putting a lot of pressure and weight on the rear suspension, the rear tires, and it's just killer grip. So I'm really looking forward to spending some more time with this thing. I've gotten a decent amount, but I do want to spend more, get more perfected on it, and let you guys know if I make any adjustments. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, if you could comment, if you have any questions, like, subscribe to the channel, everything like that. Apparently YouTube is heavily weighing the likes right now, so if you could like that, I'd really appreciate it. It helps boost my channel up for people that haven't seen it before, and we like new viewers here. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Stick around, and we will see you next time.